location of the property. It's 60 kilometers northwest of the town of Schefferville. Schefferville is here. Schefferville is connected to the deep sea port of Sept-Îles by a railroad. Another interesting infrastructure is the Menihac hydroelectric dam that is less than 100 kilometers from the property. And this dam is providing Schefferville with power. It's the only client they have, and it's under use. It's what we know. It's used maybe at 25%. There is potential to have clean energy to provide any mining development in this area. Next one. The geotectonic location of the project. Okay, what you see is the Precambrian craton, the Eastern Canada Precambrian craton, and you see that Raglan mining camp, Thompson, other mining camp, major base metal mining camp, are located at the fringe or very close to the boundary of those cratons. The property is located in a similar environment. So why that? It's mainly that those cratons are usually bound by deep-seated structural feature formation, big fault, going down to the mantle. And those structures are kind of a plumbing system that help magma coming up from the mantle up to the surface. And this type of major magmatic event are highly favorable for the formation of significant base metal deposit. Another location for the property, you see northern Quebec. Those two slide pictures show a compilation by the Quebec government of all the lake bottom sediment sampling and assay they've done in the 80s and the 90s. The one on the left shows the nickel anomaly in the lake bottom sediment, and the one on the right shows the copper. We see two striking features, okay? The Glencore Raglan Canadian royalty mining camp in the northern Quebec, and another big anomaly here, 60 kilometers northeast of Schefferville, and our project covers most of this anomaly. So in my mind, such a strong and wide and large style of anomaly most likely suggests the location of a new mining camp. Zoom in now on the geology. The black contour are show the claim location. What's important to see here, that in this area, our claim cover all the major ultramafic favorable, that's the favorable rock, the ultramafic in purple. It covers all those occurrences in this area. This big fold, large amplitude fold that we can see, it provides us with more than 200 kilometers strike length of favorable ultramafic rocks. Just for example, Raglan, the 15 economic deposit, are over 70 kilometers of very, very similar rock. Historical exploration that was done, mainly, I would say, the main thing is that there was more than 500 drill holes that were done in this area. The vast majority, something like 400 drill holes, were done by La Fosse Platine at the end of the 80s. There was a spike in the platinum palladium price at the time, and they were looking for the richest part, the richest part in precious metal. They've done that drilling, detailed drilling, very close spacing drilling, and even a 350 meter drift to take a bulk sample to do some metallurgy, mainly oriented toward the recovery of the PG. All the drilling by La Fosse produce an historical tonnage and grade estimate that that is not 43-101 compliant, as we have explained it here. The main thing that is the total tonnage decided 4.3 million tons at 0.9 percent of copper, 0.5% of nickel, and almost a gram of precious metal. There is, of all the 9 mineralized zones, there is 3 that are 1 million ton or a little bit more. What we've done last year, and not counting some reconnaissance work in 2024, basically 3 months of prospecting and mapping over the most interesting part of the property. We're not finished with the mapping. We'll continue in the next years. A very important high-power airborne magnetic electrometric survey covering something like 70% of the property. We buy a base camp from an outfitter, and we start winterization of that camp in September. Just very briefly, how that type of mineralization, those magnetic ultramafic base metal deposits are formed. Basically, it's a very turbulent, high power, high energy, ultramafic lava flow or subvolcanic intrusive, digging its way through sulfide-rich sediment. This process is very active, very aggressive. It incorporates fragment of the sediment rich in sulfide. And it assimilates the sulfur within the magma. That sulfur combined with the metal to create new sulfide that precipitate at the bottom of the lava or the intrusive to create massive sulfide, economic massive sulfide or subeconomic massive sulfide. At the bottom, some net texture over it, and net texture and bled texture, some gutlet of massive sulfide here and there. When we see in the field a bit of net texture or some blebs close to the top of the unit, it's a good indication that you could have massive sulfide at the bottom. So I've just compiled for the last few years the best line of evidence that we have to follow in order to have some success in exploration in that type of environment. But the main thing is when you identify a fertile conduit, okay, the best strategy, the best exploration strategy is to follow the conduit with geophysics, with geology, with geochemistry, and mainly with drilling. I'll give you an example of that strategy. It's from the Raglan area. You see here in orange, it's a ultramafic unit with some barren rock on each side. It's a vertical section. At first, there was some mineralization close to surface, most likely net texture or blebs. Start drilling, a little bit mineralization at the bottom of the unit, and a small, massive sulfide at the bottom, most likely non-economic, was too small or low grade. But this demonstrates that this conduit was fertile. So they continue drilling, and then they hit very massive, very large lengths at the bottom of the conduit. So you have an ultramafic conduit like that, and you realize that it's fertile, even if it's non-economic, you continue drilling, and you could hit a very impressive economic value down the conduit. So to compare with Raglan, we do that a lot because there's lots of similarity. That's a picture taken over zone 5 at Raglan. What you see here, it's the top of one of the ultramafic unit, showing columnar jointing at the top of it, meaning it's very rapid cooling of the magma, most likely because it was exposed on surface or with water or water-saturated sediment when it was put in place. And you have under the foot of those people here the massive sulfide somewhere at the bottom, 40 or 60 meters below there. This is a picture I took last fall on our project. The same type of ultramafic unit, the same type of columnar jointing. What's important here is to see that the columnar jointing here is vertical, meaning that this unit is horizontal or sub-horizontal, very flat lying, while as we saw on the previous figure, on the section, at Raglan, the unit are dipping 25, 30 to 45 degrees. That's the main difference between Raglan and our property, at that part of the property, I should say. So we zoom on the most interesting part of the property here. You see the blue contour are showing the surface expression, surface projection of the massive sulfide deposit that are at the bottom of the ultramafic sequence. And the color is just a magnetic survey that was done in 2010 and 2015, a compilation of data. The red is highly magnetic, and the blue, it's it's very low in magnetism. My interpretation here, you see those features, the mag anomaly going stretching to the southeast. Okay, what you can see is that in this area, the ultramafic unit and the massive sulfide are dipping gently to the southwest, but starting from here, going southeast, it's flat lying. Blue Lake 2, for example, is about 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees to the southwest. So my interpretation here is what you have a massive sulfide here, and you have a fertile conduit that is shown by the magnetic anomaly. Another conduit, another massive sulfide, another conduit. Blue Lake 2 is it's the deepest one. It's at 90 meters below surface. It's not really deep for an exploration geologist, but it's the deepest of all those deposits. And you see, the mag show clearly that it's within something like another fertile conduit. So basically, we have half a dozen fertile conduit. Fertile because of this mineralization around here that are, in my mind, subeconomic. And the drilling, all the detailed drilling stopped about in this place. So how big is this very anomalous area? Well, it's huge. We were looking at this part of the property with the previous slide, and you see the mag continue like that. It's the intensity is diminishing here and there because maybe, most likely, it's dipping a little bit to the southwest. Here, the deepest mineralization is at 90 meters below surface, and I interpret that at the end of this high potential corridor, the bottom of the ultramafic lava is something between 200 to 250 meters below surface. It's still very, very shallow for modern exploration. And you see there was no drill hole over that 1.5 by 15 kilometers zone that reached the bottom of the ultramafic, the most favorable unit. And none of those, I would say, fertile conduit were drilled in the past. So it's a huge anomaly. It's flat lying, easy drilling, vertical drilling over the entire area. So this year we gonna concentrate our drilling in this area. We'll have to do more work in the rest of the area to have a better understanding of the geology, and we'll need better budget, I guess, more budget, more financing to drill in this area. Okay. What we're gonna do this winter, basically a drilling program, 3,000 to 400 meters, to 4,000 meters, and some mapping, structural geology, some geophysics in during the summer. The three main criteria for a junior exploration company to be successful is to have a high quality property. I hope I convince you that's what we have. The two other criteria is finance and the quality of the geoscience. Brian Boss, the president of Cupani, had a very successful career, mainly with the Ned Goodman group. Not really in the mining industry, but also he's good with finance, he has knowledge, he has all his contact. So I think we're good with the financial aspect. As for the geoscience, I'm lucky and honored to have Daniel Giovinazzo, a longtime friend, who's helping me understanding and targeting. Daniel is a leading expert in the style of mineralization we're chasing, and I'm very happy she's with us. And for my part, well, I made a couple of discoveries in my career, and I intend to do another one before retirement. Thank you.